Now on CoastTV News.
It's a cold start to the week with temperatures beginning in the teens and 20s out the door. Another cold day today, then warming up. A chance for heavy showers, possibly severe storms later Wednesday. I'll track it on Futurecast next. Property tax push is coming from Indian River School District officials as they get ready to make a public pitch tonight.
Costly violations, we look at Ocean City's efforts to increase parking fines during some of the town's biggest events.
Beads and barricades. New Orleans is ready for its big party just 2 months after a terrorist attack.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And welcome to our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
And good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. It is Monday, March 3rd, 2025.
Yeah, first week of March. Spectacular day on the first day. And what has followed, including today, not so much spectacular.
Not spectacular, I do agree, but maybe later in the week the weather looks a little bit more spectacular as Bob has showed us. But to get more into that, hopefully warm weather, Bob, come on, maybe by the weekend.
I know, I'm letting you guys down, and I apologize. No, I'm just the messenger. You know, it's been a couple of cold days for sure, especially yesterday, and it's bitterly cold. Just checked my home station in Millsboro, 17 there, 17 in Seaford, 16 in Delmar. These are not wind chills, folks. These are actual temperatures on the thermometer, very cold, 20s near 30 at the beaches right now. Thankfully, we're not dealing with strong winds. We have light winds because we have high pressure in place, mainly calm, a little breeze along the coast, so it feels like temperatures pretty much mirroring the actual temperatures in the teens and 20s. Bundle yourself up and the kids, warm up the car, all those things you would do in January. It's that cold out there. We're looking at mostly clear skies, a few clouds, mid to high level clouds floating through. It's Arctic high pressure still locked in, so we're still cold for another day. Then eventually this high will slide offshore and we'll start the warm up process, but really not today. We're looking at very cold temperatures out the door. Leave extra time to get to your destination. Mid-morning right around freezing, and by lunchtime still very cold into the mid to upper 30s. Some of us will crack that 40-degree mark away from the coast, but a lot of us will stay in the 30s, I think, and pretty chilly into the evening. If you're taking the ferry ride up to Cape May and back, thankfully light winds, but bundle up. It's going to be a cold one. Lots of sunshine, 20s and 30s as we go through the morning into early afternoon. Thank you, Bob. Happening tonight, the first of 3 public meetings in the Indian River School District on the upcoming referendum vote. This one is taking place at 7 at the Lord Baltimore Elementary School in Ocean View. According to Superintendent Dr. Jay Owens, operating expenses have increased an average of 7.4% per year, while revenue has increased by only 3.6%. School officials say if this referendum is approved, people paying property taxes in the school district would see their annual amount increase to nearly $290. The referendum is set for Thursday, March 20th.
If you wanted to run for your local school board in Delaware, Friday is the deadline to file, and you have until 4:30 p.m. In Kent County, seats are available in Smyrna, Cesar Rodney, Capital, Lake Forest, and Milford school districts. And in Sussex County, seats are available in the Cape Henlopen, Delmar, Indian River, Laurel, Seaford, and Woodbridge school districts.
New this morning, we are expecting to learn the results of a study on the impact of parking fees in Milton. One option that's been looked at is a parking fee structure based on the square footage of businesses. Currently, parking is free. The paid parking would bring in more money to the town, which the committee looking at this says is needed. Developing news in Ocean City, where town officials are looking at increasing parking fines during special events. And as many of us know, Ocean City has many special events. 2 of the biggest are the Independence Day fireworks and Ocean's Calling. If this is approved, parking in front of a fire hydrant during a special event, that will receive a $200 fine instead of the current one that is $100. People living in Ocean City think this proposal is a good idea, but they do see how an increased ticket could frustrate vacationers.
Parking's important, and it's important revenue for the city, but to make it egregious to our visitors, I think, is not welcoming.
And this will have its first reading tonight at the mayor and council meeting.
Also at that meeting, if you're looking to book a short-term rental in a residential area or a mobile home district in Ocean City for a weekend, you may soon be out of luck. Tonight, Town Council will have a second reading on an ordinance that establishes a 5-day minimum stay. Right now, there is no minimum, and the mayor and council meeting will take place tonight at 6 p.m.
Now taking a live look at the Big Easy, New Orleans, the bridge there all lit up over the Mississippi River. Many people traveled to celebrate Mardi Gras, and this weekend they did get a taste of the annual activities. Yeah, that's the familiar sound of the celebration. It is Mardi Gras week, and that means party time in New Orleans. A steady stream of marching bands and decorated parade floats have been rolling through the city all weekend, and in keeping with tradition, people on the floats throwing beads to the crowd lining the streets. The procession will continue tonight. Now, security has been increased following the New Year's terrorist attack in the French Quarter.
Delaware lawmakers are set to debate a constitutional amendment on reproductive freedom. Happening today, the Senate Health and Social Services Committee will meet from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. to consider Senate Bill 5, the first step in adding reproductive rights to the state's constitution. The bill is sponsored by Senate Majority Leader Brian Townsend and Speaker Melissa Minor Brown.
We're now getting a live look at Washington, D.C. Both Republicans and Democrats dealing with the fallout from Friday's failed meeting between President Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. And at the heart of the disagreement, seen for all the world on television, is Trump's priority to end the war, while Zelensky is indicating he wants to continue to fight against Russia's invasion.
As NBC's Alice Barr shows us, the Trump administration is now discussing whether to pause U.S. military aid to Ukraine.
What's your message to Donald Trump?
This morning, the U.S. and Ukraine navigating a diplomatic detour, with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky spending the weekend shoring up European alliances after Friday's Oval Office shouting match.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right?
Zelensky was asked to leave the White House without signing an agreement to share Ukraine's critical minerals with the U.S., seen as a first step toward a peace deal with Russian President Vladimir Putin. President Trump posting overnight in part the U.S. should spend less time worrying about Putin and more time worrying about gangs, drug lords, and murderers entering our country. Friday's meeting devolved when President Zelensky insisted his country needs security guarantees to prevent Putin from invading again. Secretary of State Marco Rubio adamant Russia has to negotiate before there's any peace to secure.
But the question now is, can we get them to a table to negotiate? That's our goal. Don't do anything to disrupt that.
Zelensky said Sunday he's still willing to sign the mineral deal and believes he can salvage his relationship with the U.S., even as European allies vowed to step up.
We've agreed that the UK, France and others will work with Ukraine on a plan to stop the fighting.
That as Democrats slammed the Trump administration's Ukraine approach.
The White House has become an arm of the Kremlin.
And protests broke out from Vermont, where Vice President Vance was on a family ski trip, to Seattle, where this Ukrainian voiced her people's fears.
I'm terrified. I'm trying to hold my tears right now, but it's not that easy.
No easy path to peace. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
We're just getting started in this hour of Coast TV News today.
Yeah, coming up, Milton moves to buy more land, the price tag for the acres, and the town's plans.
Also, elected officials take office. We'll tell you the results of the Milton municipal election that took place over the weekend.
And more time to board, how American Airlines says it's looking to reduce congestion with some new rules. All that and more as Coast TV News Today continues.
Expert Wire's growing. With our new location in West Ocean City, Maryland, we're ready to serve homes and businesses in Ocean City, Ocean Pines, and Berlin. From new installations to emergency repairs, call Expert Wire today. Leave the wiring to the experts and make it a powerful day.
I've needed a new left hip for about 15 years. The last 2 cortisone shots I got were bone on bone, and they didn't last 6 months. They lasted maybe a month. I was in a lot of pain. The staff at the Joint Surgery Center at Atlantic General Hospital were incredibly helpful. I was back to work 2 days short of a month, which I found amazing. You learn to trust people when you get good care.
Start your journey to relief today. Atlantic General Hospital, expert care every day.
At Delmarva Canine, we know your dog is family. Choosing where to board them is a big decision. Our meticulously clean facility prioritizes your dog's safety. We sanitize leashes and bowls, we use cameras for constant monitoring, and we treat your dog like our own. Our trained staff ensures a stress-free environment for dogs of all sizes and temperaments. Plus, we can give them a bath and do their nails.
Schedule a tour today and see why Delmarva Canine is all about the love of the dog.
Delmarva Canine Boarding and Training, Pittsfield, Maryland.
Get ready for 4 days of fun at SpringFest. Enjoy amazing food, live entertainment, over 200 unique artisan products, and an enhanced selection of food, beer, and wine. You won't want to miss this free event located at the Ocean City Inlet from April 24th to the 27th. SpringFest features 2 stages and more than 30 live performances and ticketed headliners like Strangelove, The Depeche Mode Experience, country music sensation Hunter Hayes, and the legendary Wailers featuring Junior Marvin, opened by Pacifier. Don't miss out. Get all the details at oceocean.com/SpringFest.
Expert Wire is growing. With our new location in West Ocean City, Maryland, we're ready to serve homes and businesses in Ocean City, Ocean Pines, and Berlin. From new installations to emergency repairs, call Expert Wire today. Leave the wiring to the experts and make it a powerful day.
It is exactly 6:11 on this frigid Monday morning. Bay Health Cam in Milford showing a few clouds moving through, 23 there, but inland areas, wow, really cold. 16 Delmar, 18 Georgetown, 15 in Redden, with 20s to around 30 at Indian River Inlet. It's really cold. Thankfully, the winds are calm or very light, so we're not dealing with wind chills, but still feels like temperatures are in the teens and 20s. You definitely want to bundle up out there, as we are seeing some clouds floating through right now. Otherwise, once those clouds move in through, we'll be looking at sunshine, but it will be another cold day. So you have to go XL on the coffee today, no doubt, because it is so cold. Teens and 20s early, and then sunny and cold this afternoon with sunshine and a high around 41.
Bob, happening now. Delaware officials will continue to investigate a fire in Seaford that happened on Friday. On your screen now is the scene when crews responded to that house fire on Matts Road. Seaford Volunteer Fire Company says crews worked for hours to fight the flames.
Milford is breaking ground on a project supporters say will boost jobs and economic growth. City officials are inviting the public to the Milford Corporate Center groundbreaking ceremony. It's tomorrow at 11 a.m. The business park is expected to bring new jobs and improve Milford's economy.
Citigroup made a costly error before reversing course. The bank accidentally credited a customer's account with, just $81 trillion instead of $280. An employee caught the mistake 90 minutes after the payment was processed. Citi says a payment that size could not have actually been executed and would have been stopped before any funds left the bank.
Yeah, I like how you just said just $81 trillion. What's a couple trillion here?
Yeah.
Moving on, American Airlines has announced that it will add 5 minutes to the boarding time for all of its domestic flights. A spokesperson says the additional time will help relieve some of the congestion on the jet bridge due to the pauses between the boarding groups. The airline also says it hopes the move will lower the amount of passengers who have to gate check their carry-on bags.
Still ahead, elected officials to take office will tell you the winners of the Milton Town election and what they are looking forward to after securing their positions.
We have sunrise in 17 minutes, seeing a few clouds out there and some blue skies as well. 16 in Laurel right now, bitterly cold start to our weekend. We have a cold day today and then warmer as we go through time, and then possibility of severe weather later Wednesday with at least a yellow alert, possibly even higher than that. It could go to a red alert. We'll have to see about that with possibly severe weather. I'll talk about that coming up in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Get more with DSN Plus, just $6.99 a month. Subscribe today.
Transform your bathroom from ordinary to stunning in a snap with Shower Glass. At Shower Glass, we provide fast turnaround time, professional installation, and a lifetime warranty. Our pricing is competitive. We don't need a copy of someone else's quote to get you the best possible price. Now you can replace your curtain with a semi-frameless shower door starting at $13.50. Shower Glass, it's all we do. Visit showerglassdoors.net to schedule your free consultation.
What am I going to do with all these plants?
Boys, these plants need style. Come on, let's boogie.
Let's find something funky, fun, and fabulous at the Pottery Place in Fenwick Island, your one-stop shop for the most unique decor on the shore, with the largest selection of pottery, art, gifts, furniture, houseware, novelties, and more.
Looking for something special?
Special orders and free local delivery are available.
That's just spiffy.
The Pottery Place in Fenwick Island, Delaware, a family tradition for over 50 years.
Clap if you love your shell house.
Grace sold us our house in Marsh Island. It was just like instant, we're gonna be friends. We couldn't be happier. We instantly clicked from the second we saw our lot to having each other at our son's birthday parties. It's so comforting to have someone help you through something that can be super overwhelming. Shell is happiness and Shell's home. And Shell is friends.
It's friends. I was gonna say that.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
Stanley Steamer is proud to be the leader in deep cleaning, cleaning over 1 million homes and businesses across America every year, using powerful equipment custom built by us. We'll remove the buildup of dirt, dust, allergens, grime, and contaminants seen and unseen from your home and business. America's professional deep cleaner for over 75 years. It's not clean until it's Stanley Steamer clean.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
We're approaching 6:16 on this Monday morning, and we're getting a live look at a cold morning in Milford. And if you're just joining us, Bob has updated the forecast later this week with conditions for a yellow alert day, Bob.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the Storm Prediction Center has put us in a slight risk of seeing severe weather, Matt. That would come later Wednesday. So right now it's a yellow alert, could go to a red alert. We'll continue to monitor the situation, but that would be Wednesday evening. Today we're looking at the last cold day with highs in the low 40s, wind chills in the 20s and 30s, a very cold day. And then as we work into Wednesday, we are looking at rain and wind, maybe damaging winds, possibly severe weather as we go into Wednesday evening. So we'll continue to monitor that situation as it unfolds. Temperatures now are cold. 17 in Seaford. I checked my home station in Millsboro. 17 there. 15 in Redden. 16 in Delmar. 28 in Ocean City. 29 in Bethany Beach. Winds are calm. We have Arctic high pressure over the top of us. A little bit of a breeze along the coast, so it's feeling like 20 Indian River Inlet. Feels like 16 in Delmar. Bottom line is bundle up out the door. Feeling more like January out there, as we are seeing some clouds moving through, and then behind these clouds I think we will see some sunshine a little bit later today as high pressure is still hanging on, but eventually this will slide offshore. We'll start to warm things up, and we'll be watching low pressure developing across the plains, and this storm will explode, turn into a windy system and a stormy one too. Could be a stormy Mardi Gras in New Orleans, and maybe an outbreak of tornadoes across the deep south as this low is tracking towards the Great Lakes. And for us, I think we could be stormy as we go into Wednesday evening. Right now the main threat would be damaging winds, but today it's a slow climb above freezing by mid-morning. By noon or thereabouts we're looking at upper 30s. I think some of us could crack that 40-degree mark, especially well inland. It will be a cold day with the sunshine. Then tonight it's clear, not as cold as this morning, with temperatures dipping into the 20s and 30s, and then we'll start to increase the clouds tomorrow and a southerly breeze, and that will warm us into the mid-50s as we go into the afternoon hours, with cooler 40s at the coast. And as we go into Wednesday, this is a day we have to watch for the potential of severe weather. I think we're fine in the morning hours, but that cold front I think comes through in the afternoon and evening. Very strong southerly winds, heavy rain, and maybe some embedded strong to severe storms. You can see this yellow area stretching from Delaware down Delmarva as we go into Wednesday evening. And then I think after about 9 o'clock things will quiet down. We start to dry things out as we go into your Thursday with cooler conditions. Right now the Storm Prediction Center does have us in a level 2 risk of seeing severe weather all across Delmarva for later Wednesday. The potential is there for maybe damaging winds in excess of 50, 60 miles per hour. You can see how those winds are really cranking up as we go into Wednesday morning, with those winds 25 to 35 miles per hour. And then look at this, by 6 o'clock, we're seeing some gusts in excess of 50 miles per hour, and then locally stronger, maybe damaging winds as that front comes through with those thunderstorms as we go into the the evening hours. So we'll be watching that very carefully. Here's your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. 41 with sunshine today. One last really cold morning tomorrow morning, 27. And then warmer Tuesday, 58, partly cloudy skies. Right now, it's a yellow alert for Wednesday. Could go to red. We're monitoring that possibility of severe weather. That will come later Wednesday evening into night. But much of the day is dry and windy, 62. And then we're drier Thursday and Friday. Then into the weekend, not bad. Partly cloudy Saturday, 58. Clocks go ahead 1 hour Sunday morning. Good idea to check the batteries in the CO detector and the smoke detectors as well at that time. And then partly cloudy on Sunday and a high of 49.
Bob, Milton locals took to the polls Saturday for the 2025 municipal election. Current Mayor John Collier and Councilman Tom Arkinson, along with newly elected Robert Gray, will serve on the town council.
And Coast TV reporter Zakia Jennings spoke with the winners as the election season comes to an end.
Announcing the results of Milton's municipal election on the steps of Town Hall. Candidates and their supporters gathered around the steps to hear the results.
Milton, hear ye the results of our recent election.
And here they are. Mayor John Collier will hold on to his seat for another term after winning with 398 votes. He says he's ready to get back to work.
There's a lot of things that we're in the middle of that need to be completed, and new ideas are coming every day, and I'd like to continue the work.
Another candidate holding on to their seat, Councilman Tom Arkinson. He won with 428 votes.
I'm looking forward to getting back into the groove and just going forward, and it's exciting. That's all I can say is, I'm doing the job and I just want to amp it up a little bit.
And last but not least is newcomer Robert Gray, who secured the remaining town council seat with 476 votes.
There's a lot of stuff that we need to work on, and I'm ready to hit the bricks running as soon as we get sworn in.
With key positions now solidified, historic Milton continues to move forward. All candidates will be sworn in at the April Town Council meeting. In Milton, Zakia Jennings, Coast TV News.
Up next on Coast TV News today, Milton moves to buy more land. We'll tell you what one local thinks officials should do before signing on the dotted line. Don't go anywhere.
Coast TV News can be heard on Coast Country.
Avoid the nightmare of mold. Did you know, after a water-related event, mold can begin to grow within 48 hours? If this happens in your home or business, first, thoroughly clean and dry the affected area, then increase airflow and decrease relative humidity. Or just call Riptide Restoration, your trusted mold remediation experts on Delmarva, to professionally treat and remove the mold and restore your home as if it never happened.
For more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
Coastal Home Roofing is your source for all your roofing and siding needs. We do not take any down payment. You don't pay until the job is done. Protect your home even further by taking advantage of our lifetime labor warranty. Schedule a free immediate estimate with our team by visiting our website or giving us a call at 866-976-5462. Coastal Home Roofing, Delmarva's roofing and siding experts.
On August 1st of 1924, my great-grandfather, Samuel E. Shockley, met in Willards with a small group of men to determine the advisability of opening a bank in Willards, Maryland.
Put yourself in their shoes. A train comes through town, there's horses and buggies, and the only way that they could allocate capital through this area of Wicomico County was to build a bank. It's an audacious goal.
They wanted to build a bank that could be used by the common man. So they met in the summer of 1924, and then by January, they were ready to open the doors of the bank.
It's really rewarding to hear the stories of a customer who comes in and says, your grandfather gave me my first loan.
Banking will always be about people. It will not be about machines, computers, cell phones. So as we move forward into the future of the Farmers Bank of Willards, we always have to remember that people come first.
Milton is considering buying 6 lots in the downtown area. Those lots are located on Mulberry Street, Broad Street, and Magnolia Street. Together, they total just under 2 acres with an asking price of $1.65 million. One woman who lives in Milton told CoastTV she sees potential in the purchase, but believes that price tag is a little too high.
I just really think that they should negotiate the price if they're truly interested in doing that, because I do think the price is high, but I think it would be a benefit to the town.
Details on the potential use of those lots are expected to be shared during today's town council meeting at 6:30 p.m. And this weekend, Dogfish Head in Milton kicked off 302 Day, the holiday celebrating Delaware's area code 302. From live music, lawn games, lots of 302 gear, and an exclusive 302 brew, the event was filled with First State pride. And Delaware Governor Matt Meyer even made a special appearance. Here you can see him enjoying the festivities and the beautiful sunshine.
Yeah, Lisa, another Matt was at the Dogfish Head event. Here I am with
I know him.
beloved University of Delaware mascot UD. Yeah, I know him too. Unlike today, though, Saturday, that was just a great day to be outside and enjoy all those festivities.
Absolutely. I hope everyone was outside on Saturday because I was also outside on Sunday, and that was a different story.
I think I saw you post your run time on that one.
I ran outside. It was rough, Bob. We're looking for warmer days for running, walking, or just sitting outside.
I bet Saturday was a much better day to run with upper 60s, as we only hit 36 yesterday. Another cold day today, but not as cold as yesterday. Assateague and Chincoteague, lots of sunshine. Temperatures starting below freezing, up near 40 this afternoon. At least the winds will be light. Waves around 1 to 3 feet. Fenwick Island and Ocean City, you're only warming into the mid to upper 30s. On the bay side, we've got changes on the way. 41 today in Cambridge, 58 Tuesday. Then we're watching for that severe potential later Wednesday. And then Crisfield, similar conditions. 41 today, 55 tomorrow, up to 60 on Wednesday. But there is a yellow alert, possibly going to a red alert for that potential for severe weather later Wednesday. Much more on that coming up in the next half hour.
On CoastTV News today, new tariffs could take effect tonight. We'll tell you some of the concerns and the hopes from Americans.
Also, pay more for parking problems. This is in Ocean City, and why some officials want to increase the fines in the coastal town.
An Indian River referendum ready. We'll tell you why the superintendent says an increase is needed and how much more locals could be paying. CoastTV News today. We'll be right back.
Are you tired of rust stains, funny smells, and floaties? Are you concerned about contaminants in your water? City or well, call Shore Water Refining. We'll perform a comprehensive water analysis and offer a cost-effective solution in less than 48 hours. From whole house systems with water softeners designed for Delmarva to reverse osmosis bottle quality water right at your sink. Shore Water Refining, family owned and operated for over 50 years. Call or visit us online at shorewaterde.com today.
Don't miss the Delaware Resorts Health, Fitness, and Leisure Expo, March 8th at Cape and Lopin High. Admission is free, so bring the family and tell your friends. Enjoy a full array of health, fitness, and leisure activities, physical therapy, health food, home products, and services. And BB Healthcare is offering free screenings. Don't miss the free Health, Fitness, and Leisure Expo, March 8th, 9 to 4 at Cape and Lopin High in Lewis.
Do you feel like good customer service is a thing of the past? Achieving a top-notch lawn and healthy plants can be stress-free when it's with a company you can trust. I'm Richie with AC Plant and Turf, where we make it easy. When you call us, you'll speak directly to someone who cares about your needs. Timely service is our priority. Our experienced team is committed to resolving your questions or concerns quickly. Experience the simplicity and convenience of our service. Don't wait. Take the first step towards a beautiful lawn and landscape and call AC Plant and Turf today.
I recently had Primalock installed by Delmarva Metal Roofing. They have many different colors. I decided to go with black, and it almost looks like slate. That's kind of cool. It pops. Everything looks great. I did some research. Primalock is lifetime. The workmanship is lifetime also. Delmarva Metal Roofing has been a very good company to work with, and I would highly recommend anybody that wants to get a new roof, give them a shot.
Now on CoastTV News.
It's a cold start to the week with temperatures beginning in the teens and 20s out the door. Bundle up. Another cold day today, then warming up. A chance for heavy showers and possibly severe weather later Wednesday. I'll track it on a Futurecast next.
School spending showdown less than a month from a referendum vote. Indian River District officials plan to make their case tonight.
Bigger fines at big events, why Ocean City is looking to increase parking penalties that coincide with some of its busiest weekends.
Mardi Gras changes, the reason some of the biggest parades celebrating Fat Tuesday have been canceled.
This is Coast TV News Today.
March 3rd, 2025. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning, Matt. Good morning. I'm Elisa Weber. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, time is 6:29. First full week of March, and we were just talking. A lot going on this month. You got Mardi Gras, St. Patrick's Day, March Madness.
My dad's birthday.
How can I forget that one?
I know. Come on. I know.
I'll have to
but
send him a note to
I
self.
only acknowledge March Madness if my team.
I'm kind of the same way, and it's not happening for my team this year. So
I think I'm in the same boat as you, so I'm not going to count that one. But Bob, the other good thing about March is usually later on it gets warmer. Hopefully, usually.
Hopefully.
Yes.
Usually, sometimes, maybe. March could be a fickle month. You can still see big thunderstorms, and you can see big snowstorms as well. We could be looking at big thunderstorms as we go into later Wednesday. But it's a cold start to our Monday. My goodness, 17 in Seaford, 18 Georgetown. I checked Millsboro, 17 there, 19 in Milton, 18 in Salisbury, 30 Indian River Inlet and Bethany Beach right now. Thankfully, we're not dealing with a lot of wind because we have high pressure over us. Calm winds inland areas, a little bit of a breeze along the coast, so it feels like 15 in Redden, 18 in Salisbury and Ocean Pines. So the bottom line is just bundle up out the door, bundle up the kids, have that remote start of that fob. That's very handy on a morning like this, as we are seeing some clouds moving through Delmarva, but it's still Arctic high pressure locked in place. So we're looking at one more cold day. I think we will see more sunshine as these clouds move on through a little bit later on, but it's a slow climb from the teens into the 20s this morning. Then we're finally getting above that freezing mark mid-morning. By noon, we're only in the mid to upper 30s, much colder at the beaches in some places, getting into the low 40s, but a lot of us stuck in the 30s. We'll see lots of sunshine, and then those temperatures quickly fall this evening. Temperatures and wind chills today warming from the teens into the 20s and 30s to near 40, and at times with the wind feeling like 20s and 30s as we go into the afternoon.
New this morning, people living in the Indian River School District can voice their concerns and learn more about the referendum scheduled later this month. Tonight is the first of 3 public meetings that will be held leading up to a vote, and this one is at 7 at Lord Baltimore Elementary School in Ocean View. According to officials, if that referendum is approved, people paying property taxes in the school district would see their annual amount increase to nearly $290. That referendum is set for Thursday, March 20th.
On a related note, Delaware's local school board elections are coming up, and Friday is the deadline for candidates to file if they're interested in running for a seat. They have until 4:30 p.m. on March 7th to do this. In Kent County, seats are available in Smyrna, Cesar Rodney, Capital, Lake Forest, and Milford school districts. And in Sussex County, here are the seats that are available. We're talking Cape Henlopen, Delmar, Indian River, Laurel, Seaford, and Woodbridge school districts.
New this morning, we are expecting to learn the results of a study on the impact of parking fees in Milton. One option that has been looked at is a parking fee structure based on the square footage of a business. Currently, parking is free, and the paid parking would bring more money to the town, which the committee says is needed.
Parking fines in Ocean City could take more money out of your wallet if you visit there. You could soon be seeing double the parking fines during special events in town.
And tonight, this will all go to its first reading, and Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zappe shows us how much those fines could be.
4th of July, crews in Ocean City, and Ocean's Calling all have one thing in common. They pack the town with thousands of people, leaving little room for parking, which leaves some to take the bus.
It's great bus service, and it's always convenient, usually from the convention center down to the inlet. So runs frequently, everybody loves it.
On Monday, the Ocean City Council will have their first reading on doubling their parking fines in town during special events. If approved, people parking in front of fire hydrants during a special event will receive a $200 fine instead of the usual $100 fine. According to the Ocean City manager, they believe that increasing these fines during the busiest times in Ocean City would motivate people to park legally. Berta McGinnis has lived in Ocean City for over a year and takes the bus during big time events to avoid parking. McGinnis believes this proposal would be a good thing for the town, but sees how an increased ticket could frustrate vacationers.
Parking's important, and it's important revenue for the city, but to make it egregious to our visitors, I think, is not welcoming.
The Ocean City Council will have their first reading on this proposal on Monday, and from there, we'll see if it gets pushed to its second and final reading. I'm Kevin Zappe in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
Also happening today in Ocean City, if you're looking to book a short-term rental in a residential area or mobile home district, you may soon be out of luck. Tonight, council members will have a second reading of an ordinance that establishes a 5-day minimum stay. Right now, there is no minimum, and the mayor and council meeting will take place tonight at 6 p.m.
Now getting a live look at New Orleans, a couple of big days there in the Big Easy, culminating with Fat Tuesday, but the weather may have some other plans for events. Tuesday's Mardi Gras parades in Jefferson Parish have been canceled. Forecast for Fat Tuesday anticipates gusty weather. We're talking high winds and strong to severe storms. The parade was due to begin at 11 a.m. on Tuesday. However, according to the official celebration website, there are parades scheduled for tonight.
Delaware lawmakers are set to debate a constitutional amendment on reproductive freedom. Happening today, the Senate Health and Social Services Committee will meet from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. to consider Senate Bill 5, the first step in adding reproductive rights to the state constitution. That bill is sponsored by Senate Majority Leader Brian Towson and Speaker Melissa Minor Brown. And we are now taking a live look at our nation's capital, and after a slew of executive orders from President Trump, the Commerce Secretary says new tariffs are on track to begin at midnight Eastern Time tonight. He says a 10% hike on Chinese imports is on the table on top of last month's increase. Executive orders call for tariffs on most Canadian and Mexican imported goods worth more than $800. The Secretary says the percentages of those duties are unclear, and many economists say the proposed tariffs could increase prices for goods like shoes, electronics, groceries, and especially vehicles.
He's sort of thinking about right now how exactly he wants to play it with Mexico and Canada, and that is a fluid situation.
We will have a strong, unequivocal, and proportional response as Canadians expect.
One concern is that Mexico, China, and Canada could impose retaliatory measures, but some analysts say the new tariffs could be good for the U.S. in the end.
We have more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, Future of Fire will tell you more details about the ongoing fire in Lincoln that is leaving locals concerned.
Also, moving closer to ultimate mark, tonight Alex Ovechkin will continue his quest on achieving hockey's greatest record by season's end.
And hype for HawkCon will tell you why one local says the event in Maryland is so meaningful to the community. Stay with us on CoastTV News Today.
I've needed a new left hip for about 15 years. The last 2 cortisone shots I got were bone on bone, and they didn't last 6 months. They lasted maybe a month. I was in a lot of pain. The staff at the Joint Surgery Center at Atlantic General Hospital were incredibly helpful. I was back to work 2 days short of a month, which I found amazing. You learn to trust people when you get good care.
Start your journey to relief today. Atlantic General Hospital, expert care every day.
You're good. I have your lunchbox. Yes,
Mornings can be a bit hectic. But what if your morning was just easier? At Wawa,
Morning.
it is. With everything you need to get your day moving.
Hi. Have a good one.
All we ask is that you hold the door. Mornings made easy. Gotta have a Wawa.
Pollen. It can ruin your screen porch and your furniture. You can clean it, but you'll be cleaning it a lot. With the porch protection system, you can use your screen porch year-round, pollen-free. The PPS system is marine grade and custom-made just for your porch. We provide quick turnaround, quick installation, and 20 fabric colors to choose from. So call us today for a free estimate, so you can start enjoying your screen porch year-round, no matter the weather.
Call or visit porchprotection.com for your free quote.
Welcome to Farmhouse Pet Lodge, your pet's home away from home. Our state-of-the-art secure lodge offers exceptional care for dogs, cats, and other pets. For daycare or boarding with private suites, custom food prep, UV air filtration, centralized disinfection, and 24/7 care. Your pet will be safe, healthy, and happy. Book now and get 10% off your first stay. Ask about our grooming services and tailored training programs. Give your furry friends an amenity-filled vacation at our family-owned, conveniently located Farmhouse Pet Lodge.
6:38 on this frigid Monday morning. We are seeing some clouds out there right now in the tunnel and razor cam, not producing any precipitation. If it was, it would be snowing. 28 degrees. We're teens inland. Very cold out there. Thankfully, the winds are light, 20s to around 30 at the beaches. Winds are calm inland, a little bit of a breeze at the coast. So it feels like temperatures, much like the actual temperatures in the teens and 20s. You just have to bundle up out there, warm up the car, bundle up the kids, as we are seeing some cloud cover. But I think these clouds will start to move through as we go through the morning hours, and we will see sunshine as Arctic high pressure is still in place. Looking good on the roads. Gave the green light this morning. Dry and cold. Good visibility, and then sunny and cold. Gave the green light for the afternoon commute. Congratulations to Bonnie Carmine from Federalsburg on winning a brand new umbrella from Paul Davis and Coast TV.
Thank you, Bob. It's National Consumer Protection Week, and the Delaware Department of Justice's Consumer Protection Unit is hosting in-person events and sharing online resources to help people avoid scams. According to the DOJ, the top 5 consumer scams in Delaware in 2024 were imposter online shopping, auto internet services, and health-related scams. State officials will post additional consumer protection content on social media throughout the week, and educational videos can be found on the Delaware government's websites.
Staying on that theme, there appears to be an uptick in consumer fraud across Sussex County, and that's the topic of a meeting this Friday. The goal is informing people how to avoid becoming a victim of scams and fraud, and that meeting will be held at Delaware State Troop 7 in Lewis.
You've probably heard of Comic-Con, but have you heard about HawkCon? Well, this weekend, the University of Maryland Eastern Shore held their own convention for comic lovers, and there was plenty to take in. The event showcased all things comic books and the creators who help bring them to life. There was live demonstrations, cosplay, and of course, plenty of comics and collectibles to buy. And people we spoke with there say the best part is the community.
I want to go to events like this because you could do something with your son and you can maybe make a career out of it. And then other people that are coming on, they could go and start a career with something that they enjoy doing.
The people, the cosplayers, the community, getting to meet a bunch of fun people like that. I just really love the vibe and community we all have here with each other.
The university says all proceeds from the event will go towards student scholarships.
Capital fans are on Ovechkin watch. 22 games remain in the regular season. The grade 8 is just 11 games, or 11 goals, I should say, away from breaking what was once unthinkable. The great one, Wayne Gretzky's career mark of 894 career goals. And happening tonight, Ovechkin in the first place. Capitals are home in the district to take on the Ottawa Senators. Here's the math on this one. Ovechkin needs to average 1 goal in every 2 games to get the record this season. ESPN Analytics is projecting he'll do just that. In 2 games against the Senators this season, Ovechkin has 2 goals. Also tonight, the Delaware State men's basketball team playing their final road game of the regular season. They have a trip across the bay for a contest against Morgan State. Winning the MEAC regular season is out of reach for the Hornets, but getting the 3rd seed in the conference tournament, that's still in play. The Hornets are looking for the season sweep of the Bears. Christopher Bell wins for the 2nd Sunday in a row in NASCAR's Cup Series. Yesterday, it was on the road course of the Circuit of Americas in Austin, Texas. You just saw Bell made that pass for first late in the race. This is his 11th career win, and just 3 races into the season, Bell is the driver to beat so far in 2025. And coming up tonight on the Delmarva Sports Network at 6, we have live NCAA women's college basketball when Maryland Eastern Shore hosts South Carolina State. And then at 8, it's the Hawks and Bulldogs men's programs in the nightcap of this MEAC doubleheader, followed by the final score at 10:30. That's for a full recap of all of Monday's action.
And here's what you can expect coming up today on Coast Life.
Hope you're having a good Monday so far. Here's what's coming up today at 4 on Coast Life. We're taking a trip to the gym to see all the ways that this can benefit you and some of the perks you get by being a member.
Got to get fit. Plus, we're talking about the Iditarod sled dog race. It's kicking off in Alaska. The 1,000 miles those dogs will travel.
Ooh, and we're also checking in with our friends at Special Olympics of Delaware, the Spread the Word to End the Word Inclusion campaign. All that fun and more is coming up today at 4 on Coast Life.
If you're having a rough week, you can cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. You can sign up now for free at coasttv.com and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday.
I think you'll feel good this morning, especially if you bundle up. Bitter cold out there. Gutter, Helmet Cam, 27. Seeing some clouds coming through Delmarva now. I think we'll see some sunshine today. Cold start to the week. Then it does warm up. We are looking for the potential of strong to possibly severe storms later Wednesday and Wednesday evening. I'll talk about that in your full forecast in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app today.
Over 50 years ago, JD Asphalt was built on strong family values and a commitment to quality. For 3 generations, we've stayed true to those principles, delivering friendly service and fast premium results that's built to last. Growing up, my dad showed me what it takes to be the best. And now I'm passing the same knowledge on to my kids, ensuring our commitment to quality lives on. JD Asphalt, quality paving, family owned and trusted for over 50 years.
Not everyone wants a big funeral. For those seeking a simple alternative, the Eastern Shore's most trusted family and funeral services offers another option. Eastern Shore Cremation and Funeral Service is simple and affordable. A direct cremation tribute starts at just $17.45, or choose to have a small visitation service serving Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia with easy consultation by phone and streamlined electronic documentation. Learn more at easternshorecremation.com. Simply respectful.
This is the revolutionary socket fan by Bell & Howell. The amazing 2-in-1 ceiling fan and light. If you can screw in a light bulb, you can hang the socket fan light. Socket fan comes with this handy remote. You can control the light and the breeze that you need. Socket fan fits any standard light socket. You can do it yourself in less than 10 seconds.
And now, the socket fan lights with deep socket extender is yours for $49.95 with free shipping. Order now, and you can get a second fan for 50% off.
Get cool fast with Socket Fan.
The weather is brought to you by Royal Plus. In disaster's wake, there's only one call to make.
It starts small, just a drip. But when tragedy strikes, it doesn't wait for you to be ready. Whether it's a natural disaster or an everyday life mishap. In disaster's wake, there's only one call to make. Royal Plus Disaster Cleanup. Visit us at royalplus.com to learn more.
It is 6:46 and we are taking a live look outside at Laurel this morning. And Bob, that sunrise is beautiful, but like I usually say on the cold days, the sun is not doing its job today. So you need to
a little bit.
You need to have a talk with the sun, Bob.
Call the sun.
Call it up. Come on.
Mr. Sun, get your act together. You're not burning hot enough. If I could do that, I'm sure I'd be a popular person. But yeah, the days are getting longer, the sun angle is getting higher, so eventually we will warm up, but not today. We're looking at another cold day, a little warmer than yesterday's mid-30s. I think we get into the low 40s, wind chills in the 20s and 30s. Looking ahead to Wednesday, I have issued a yellow alert, could go to a red alert as we're looking at mild and windy conditions. And then into the evening, rain and wind and possibly some severe weather with maybe some damaging winds as we go into Wednesday evening. But first things first, it's just cold this morning. 18 in Salisbury and Georgetown. I checked my home station in Millsboro. 17 there, 17 in Seaford, 19 in Milton, 30 in Bethany Beach, 29 in Rehoboth. Thankfully, the winds are calm, a little bit of a breeze along the coast, so it feels like temperatures pretty much like the actual temperatures. Feels like 17 in Seaford, 15 in Redden, 24 in Bethany Beach, 22 in Rehoboth. You really have to bundle up. We are seeing some cloud cover coming through right now. It's kind of a broken overcast, but eventually we'll get into some sunshine. We have Arctic high pressure still locked in, keeping us cold today, but eventually this high will slide offshore. We're watching a strong system ejecting out of the Rockies. That will turn to a big storm across the plains and then spawn severe weather, we think, all the way from New Orleans into the Tennessee Valley. Could be a stormy Mardi Gras, and maybe we could be looking at a tornado outbreak across the deep south. For us, we're going to be seeing this low tracking into the Great Lakes, and with a cold front later Wednesday evening, that's our chance to see the possibility of severe weather. But we're seeing temperatures slowly rising into the 30s this morning. By noon, we're in the mid mid to upper 30s, lower 30s at the beaches. By this afternoon, I think some inland areas into the low 40s, but even colder at the coast. Really bundle up. And then it will be cold through the overnight into Tuesday morning. I think we're in the 20s and 30s. Then the winds pick up out of the south, clouds increase, and we do warm into the 50s by tomorrow afternoon. We get even windier and milder into Wednesday. As that cold front heads our way, we're looking at very windy conditions into the evening hours, heavy rain, and then you see this yellow area. That could be a line of strong to possibly severe storms Wednesday evening. We'll be watching that very carefully, and then drier on Thursday. But we are at a level 2, a slight risk of seeing severe weather all across Delmarva Wednesday evening. The primary threat would be those winds gusting in excess of 50 miles per hour. Those winds crank up on Wednesday. We're looking gusts 25 to 30 and then gusting over 40 into the afternoon. And look at this, by the evening hours, we're looking at gusts over 50 miles per hour. That could do damage for sure as we're tracking that front coming through. Paul Davis 7-day forecast. Last cold day today, 41, then 58 Tuesday. A yellow alert watching for the potential of severe weather Wednesday evening, 62. Then we're into the 50s for highs and then 58 Saturday. And the clocks go ahead 1 hour as we start daylight saving time early Sunday. It will be cooler on Sunday, partly cloudy and a high of 49.
Thank you, Bob. We now know the name of the man who was killed in a head-on crash Wednesday afternoon. According to Delaware State Police, 6-year-old Glenn Duncan of Selbyville was the driver of a Jeep Gladiator. And on your screen, we're going to show you where this crash happened. This was just after 2:40 p.m. on Hudson Road, and troopers say Duncan's Jeep veered into oncoming traffic. It crashed head-on with a tractor-trailer. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the tractor-trailer, that was a 60-year-old man from Dover, suffered minor injuries.
A Georgetown man is facing multiple charges, including DUI and vehicular assault, after a wrong-way crash in Greenboro on Saturday night. Delaware State Police say 25-year-old Juvento Montoya was driving north in the southbound lanes of Sussex Highway when he crashed head-on into another car. 7 people were injured, including 5 in the other vehicle. None of those injuries were life-threatening, and troopers say Montoya showed signs of impairment and failed sobriety tests. He was arrested.
Got some smoke to show you here, blowing from a burning pile of mulch in Lincoln. And this has been burning for over 5 days. The Ellendale Fire Company, they've been monitoring it. It's now been handed over to DENREC. Jay Jones with the Ellendale Fire Company says right now, no need to panic.
If you see the smoke conditions in the air, know what it is for calling 911. If you have any issues or problems, we're not trying to deter anybody. If there's an emergency, please call 911. But this specific site is under control and controlled by DENREC at this time.
And in a statement to CoastTV, DENREC says the fire, this is not a construction site, and the reason for that clarification, it's because construction hasn't begun yet.
It is 6:51, so we are going to check in with our coastal pet of the day.
And in this hour, today's coastal pet is enjoying the calmness of Delaware life. On your screen, you can see this good boy laying out in the grass, absorbing all that sunlight. I wonder if this was from Saturday.
I'm thinking it was.
Yeah, this pet was submitted to us by Anthony in Harbison.
And we want to see more of your pets on Delmarva. Send us photos and tell us what makes them so special. You can take a look at your screen.
And that's where you'll find that QR code. Scan that, get your friends to us here, and then watch weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature.
Smart dog there laying in the sun right on the edge of the shade. We're looking at our Tyndall's Casual Furniture Camp. Beautiful sunrise. It's cold though, 16 degrees. It's going to be a cold couple of days, and then the possibility of severe weather later Wednesday with a strong cold front. It's a code yellow. Could go to a code red. I'll have your active 10-day forecast coming up next. Stay tuned.
Design a custom home that fits your unique style and budget with Accessible Home Builders. At Accessible, we provide you with a variety of customizable options to create the home of your dreams.
Accessible Builders provided us with a beautiful home.
Scott is full of ideas from his past experiences, and he really worked with us on all our custom asks and wants.
We would definitely recommend Accessible Builders.
Completely customize your dream home with Accessible Home Builders.
Welcome to Kelly's Outdoors, your local outdoor superstore in Millsboro. We carry everything you need this hunting season, from waterfowling gear to deer hunting essentials, bows, tree stands, ammo, and apparel from brands like Drake and Nomad. We also have a wide selection of saltwater and freshwater fishing gear and crabbing supplies for your next day on the water. Kelly's Outdoors now has a wide supply of guns, pistols, and rifles from Rattay, Browning, Winchester, Savage, Beretta, SIG, Springfield, and Smith & Wesson. Before your next outdoor adventure, visit Kelly's Outdoors in Millsboro today.
There are many signs that can indicate your loved ones are struggling to take care of themselves. Poor hygiene, a messy house, unexplained weight loss, the list goes on. In-home care is a delicate subject, but can greatly improve their quality of life. Express your concerns without accusing. Involve them in decisions and enlist the help of others.
Homewell Care Services provides quality in-home care 24/7 or short-term care when you need it most.
To learn more about Homewell Care Services, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
What's in your crawl space? Damp air, wet insulation, maybe a little fungus. It's easy to forget about what's under your home. At Bennett Termite and Crawl Space Solutions, we've been helping homeowners across Delmarva create healthier, safer crawl spaces for over a decade. We make the process simple and worry-free, so you can relax. Every project begins with a thorough inspection and ends with a final quality check. I personally make sure we just don't meet standards, we exceed them. Remember, Delmarva, quality isn't expensive, it's priceless.
Hi, my name is Chase Brockstead. The attorneys in our firm often get the credit for helping the people that need our legal services. However, our team is much more. Our dedicated staff are really the unsung heroes who deserve the credit. I am proud to announce that for the second year in a row, our firm was named Top Workplace by the Delaware News Journal. Thank you to all of our wonderful employees for making us a top workplace. Your hard work and commitment is vital to our success. Brockstead, Mandalis, Federico. WriteLawyersRightNow.com.
It is 6:54, and here are the things you need to know before you go. We are expecting to learn the results of a study on the impacts of parking fees in Milton. One option that has been looked at is parking fee structure based on the square footage of businesses. Currently, parking is free, and the paid parking would bring in more money to the town, which the committee says is needed.
Happening tonight, the first of 3 public meetings in the Indian River School District. This is on the upcoming referendum vote. This meeting tonight taking place at 7 at the Lord Baltimore Elementary School in Ocean View. And according to Superintendent, the operating expenses have increased an average of 7.4% per year. Revenues only increased by 3.6%. School officials say if the referendum is approved, people paying property taxes in the school district would see their annual amount increase to nearly $290. The referendum is set for Thursday, March 20th.
Happening now, Delaware officials will continue to investigate a fire in Seaford that happened on Friday. On your screen now is the scene when crews responded to that house fire on Matts Road. Seaford Volunteer Fire Company says crews worked for hours fighting the flames. And singer Alicia Keys is getting her own Barbie doll. Mattel has made a doll in Keys' likeness as a part of her She Is the Music initiative.
Yeah, the toy giant has unveiled its 2025 Career of the Year Women in Music. This features Keys and her recording engineer, Ann Mincielli.
And the dolls have She Is the Music t-shirts on and are being auctioned off until March 2nd. Proceeds will benefit She Is the Music.
Yeah, there they are. Mattel has previously released a Barbie doll for the late singer, Ilea.
And the time is now 6:56, so we are going to take another quick look at your forecast before you head out the door.
Yeah, spoiler alert, Bob, it's cold out there.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. It is cold. We've had a couple of cold days, but it will warm up eventually, but not so today. Thankfully, the winds are lighter and the fire danger is lower as well, but we're starting out in the teens, but thankfully light winds. It is a slow climb through the 20s into the 30s. I think we top out near 40 degrees and feels like temperatures in the 20s and 30s. Paul Davis 10-day forecast. We jump from 41 up to 58 tomorrow. Then Wednesday is a yellow alert. Could go to a red alert as we have the potential for severe storms into the evening hours. We'll be watching that very carefully with the cold front. 62. It does cool down into the 50s Thursday into Friday. And then this weekend, 58 Saturday. Remember, clocks go ahead 1 hour. Sunday morning, lose an hour of sleep or sleep in for another hour. Sunday, 49. 58 Monday. And then 62 Tuesday. And then this one jumps out. I know Matt liked this one. Next Wednesday could be 70 degrees with lots of sunshine.
Oh, well, thank you, Bob, and thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News today.
I do like that. I also like that Bob is glass half full guy. The Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
Then we'll be back for Coast TV News midday at 11.
So stick with us for that. And until then, have a great Monday morning, everybody.